Invading in mlbb is one of the best strategy for winning a match. But did you know how to do it in a better way? What heroes can we use to invade to have a better outcome? When to invade and when not to? We will tell you everything in this video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video I will explain to you guys about the invasion strategy in mlbb and things to know when invading. As you guys know, this video has redeem codes and I want to congratulate the winners of our previous video. Thank you for participating. And similarly, this video will have hidden codes too. Find it from the video and redeem it at Kazukiofficialstore.com and your diamonds will be delivered instantly. What is the jungle invasion strategy in Mobile Legends? It is a common way to ensure victory to stop your enemies from getting stronger in the early game by either distracting them or stealing their buff and being as aggressive as possible before they complete their core items. It's an effective early game strategy if done right, but it is not an easy strategy as you will need a good team. That's the reason why this strategy is mostly seen in professional games and not in low rank games. At first look, invading the enemy jungler doesn't seem to be a game changing strategy, but it's a crucial thing in the early part of the game. Your ally jungler will have an easier time rotating and getting the upper hand in the early game. The main goal for the invading strategy is to either delay the enemy jungler buff or try to steal it. The Jujutsu Kaisen event is coming on the 18th of February and I bet everyone is eyeing on Melissa's skin. This will surely be one of the biggest event and that is why I want to suggest you guys Smile.1 to solve all your diamonds requirement. Smile.1 is 100% safe and you will be able to buy your Mobile Legends diamonds at a very cheap cost. You will be able to get 11 diamonds for as low as 8.9 PHP. There are lots of packs according to your needs. So do purchase diamonds from Smile.1 as that gives you the best deals you will ever find. When the match starts, Roamer will move towards the enemy's buff and will give vision about the enemy jungler buff. After that, your jungler and mage will try to be there ASAP after clearing the lane and taking the buff. Then the invaders will either try to steal the buff or try to let it reset. It is also good not to overforce the situation. Backing away if you are low on health is an equally wise decision, because if the enemies manage to turn the table and kill you instead, that's a big win for them. Invading mainly works in the early game, but it can also happen throughout the whole match. Overall, jungle invading is an effective strategy if you have right heroes, perfect timing, and a pre-made team that's able to work with you. How to invade the enemy jungle in a better way? To make an invading strategy successful, there are tons of risks and things to consider before invading. The first thing to know is the enemy's pick and heroes. When the enemies have a good early game heroes, then it will be waste to invade it, and one thing to know is that you should never invade alone. Invading alone is not a good thing to do as the enemies can easily kill you, giving the enemy team extra gold. When you are invading, watching the map and predicting the enemy's move can make it easier. For example, if the enemy's side laners are missing when you are invading, then it is pretty sure that they are coming for help. If you think the outcome is bad, then just go back. You should also know that your team side laners are not getting any help from mid lane and they might also lose the lane, which will affect your team later in the game. You should check your minions in the mid lane and also check enemies from split pushing. How is it different from back then? There's a lot of difference in invading enemies' jungles when we compare it to back then. There were more strategies such as Tigreal pushing the buff out of the range and resetting it, or Franco hooking the buff out. You might have also seen Hanjo stealing the buff in the early game, but many stopped doing that as the risk is too high. And for Franco Integral, the strategy stopped when the buff update came. So for now, we have to use strategies such as distracting the jungler or either going full team and trying to steal it. When you are distracting the buff, you will need some good heroes, which I will tell you guys about it later in this video. And when you are trying to steal it, you have to go full team and heroes that can out-retrieve the enemy jungler easily. You can also go alone to distract, but it is too risky. Next, we will talk about the top 5 heroes to invade to have a better outcome. First, I want to start with Hilda playing as a roam and distracting the enemy's jungler. When you are playing Hilda as a roam, you can take out good strategy as she is tanky and her passive matches so well.
To differ. A true warrior would give.
Buy roam with tank emblem, and after that you can go and annoy your enemy jungler to another level. When their backup comes, you can just escape at ease with the skill 1. Next, I want to talk about Hylos. Being the hero that has the highest HP in mlbb, you can invade easily. Mainly because of his second skill, as it can slow down and at the same time it can deal a lot of damage. The possibility of Hylos having a successful invasion is very high, so why not go for it? Next, I want to talk about Natalia. I hate her when she is in the enemy team, and especially when she is invading, as the annoyance is on another level. She will become invisible and deal some damage, go back again, and will come back to kill us. And the good thing about her is her ability to become invisible. Coming up next, we have Grok. A scary tank in the early game, as he can deal super high damage and be tanky AF. The best thing about him is that he can immune CC effect when he uses his first skill near the walls. And also deal a scary amount of damage and can easily escape as he gains extra movement speed when he is nearby walls. At last, I want to talk about Martis.
These blades are my teeth. And I'm all bite, no bark.
Play him either as the jungler or roam. If you are playing as a roam, invade directly. But when you are playing as the jungler, take your buff and go after that. He can deal a huge amount of damage from his skill 2, and the immunity to it makes it even better. And here's a shout out from our previous video. A big shout out to Scarlet mlbb, Akio Plays, Dinchen TMG77, Rahul Sherpa and Andy. Don't forget to comment to be featured in the next video. And that was all for this video. Do comment down below if you learned something from this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.